Hello, friend. Have you ever felt like your voice isn't heard in a crowded room, or that your opinions are easily dismissed? Perhaps you've wished for that undeniable presence that commands attention and admiration without even trying too hard. Well, today we're going to unlock 10 powerful secrets to make anyone respect you. This isn't just about superficial tips. It's about cultivating a deep, authentic respect that stems from within you and radiates outwards. By the end of our time together, you'll have a clear roadmap to transform how others perceive you, and more importantly, how you perceive yourself. This journey is specifically crafted for you, to empower you with insights that truly make a difference in your life and interactions. So if you're ready to step into a new era of confidence and influence, make sure to hit that subscribe button so you don't miss out on more transformative content like this. The first secret to earning respect is to cultivate an unshakable sense of self-awareness. This isn't just about knowing your favorite color or what kind of coffee you prefer. It's a deep introspective dive into your values, your strengths, your weaknesses, and your triggers. Think of it like this. If you don't know who you are, how can anyone else truly know and respect you? From a philosophical standpoint, Socrates famously urged us to know thyself, recognizing that self-knowledge is the beginning of wisdom. Psychologically, self-awareness is the bedrock of emotional intelligence. When you understand your own emotions, why you react the way you do, and what truly motivates you, you gain a level of control and authenticity that is incredibly magnetic. It allows you to respond thoughtfully rather than react impulsively. Imagine a situation where someone criticizes you. If you're not self-aware, you might get defensive, lash out, or internalize a criticism destructively. But with self-awareness, you can pause, assess if the criticism has merit, and respond with grace or even gratitude for the feedback, knowing it doesn't diminish your core worth. This isn't about being perfect. It's about being profoundly honest with yourself. It's about recognizing your limitations without letting them define you, and celebrating your strengths without arrogance. When you are truly aware of who you are, your actions align with your values, creating a consistency that people instinctively trust and respect. It shows that you are grounded, that you have a clear internal compass, and that you are not easily swayed by external pressures or opinions. This internal fortitude is perhaps the most fundamental building block of respect, because it's the foundation upon which all other secrets are built. It's the quiet confidence that emanates from someone who is comfortable in their own skin, and that kind of comfort is deeply attractive and respect-worthy. Next, master the art of active listening. In a world clamoring for attention, the ability to genuinely listen is a rare and powerful commodity. This isn't about waiting for your turn to speak or formulating your rebuttal while someone else is talking. Active listening is about giving someone your undivided attention, absorbing their words, understanding their underlying emotions, and truly seeking to comprehend their perspective. Philosophically, this echoes the Socratic method, where understanding precedes judgment. Psychologically, when you actively listen, you're not just processing information. You're validating the other person's existence and their right to be heard. You're communicating, I see you, I hear you, and your thoughts matter to me. This creates an immediate bond of trust and rapport. People feel valued when they are truly listened to, and feeling valued is a precursor to respect. Think about the last time you felt truly heard by someone. How did that make you feel about them? Chances are your respect for them deepened. Active listening involves not just your ears, but your eyes and your entire demeanor. Maintain eye contact, nod occasionally, offer verbal affirmations like, I understand or that makes sense, and ask clarifying questions that demonstrate your engagement. Could you tell me more about that? Resist the urge to interrupt or offer unsolicited advice unless asked. The goal is to understand, not to fix or judge. When you practice active listening, you're showing humility, the willingness to set aside your own agenda for a moment and focus entirely on another. This humility, combined with your genuine interest, makes you incredibly approachable and, paradoxically, more influential. People are far more likely to listen to you and respect your opinions when they know you've first taken the time and effort to listen to theirs. It's a reciprocal exchange, where the act of giving attention earns you a rich return in respect and influence. The third secret is to consistently demonstrate integrity and honesty. This means living in alignment with your words, even when it's difficult or inconvenient. Integrity isn't just about telling the truth, it's about being truthful in your actions, your intentions, and your commitments. Philosophically, this ties into ethical frameworks that prioritize moral consistency and trustworthiness. Psychologically, integrity builds profound trust. When people know they can rely on your word and that your actions will match your promises, a deep foundation of respect is established. Think of it this way. Someone who says one thing and does another creates cognitive dissonance in others, leading to confusion and eventually a loss of respect. Conversely, someone whose words and deeds are always in harmony projects an aura of reliability and authenticity. Imagine a leader who always keeps their promises, no matter how small. Even if a promise is challenging to fulfill, their dedication to upholding it speaks volumes. This doesn't mean you can never make mistakes or change your mind, but it does mean being transparent about it. If you realize you can't meet a commitment, communicate it openly and take responsibility rather than making excuses or disappearing. This honesty, even in moments of perceived failure, actually strengthens respect because it demonstrates your commitment to truthfulness over saving face. Furthermore, integrity extends to how you treat others when they're not around. Speaking poorly of others behind their backs erodes trust and signals to listeners that you might do the same to them. Conversely, defending someone absent or choosing not to engage in gossip showcases a strong moral compass. When people observe your consistent commitment to honesty and ethical behavior, they perceive you as a stable, trustworthy individual. This perception is paramount to earning genuine respect, as it shows you are guided by principles rather than expediency. Your word becomes your bond, and in a world often marked by shifting sands, that kind of steadfastness is deeply admired and respected. Cultivate competence in continuous learning. Respect often naturally flows towards those who demonstrate mastery and expertise in their chosen fields or areas of interest. This isn't about being a know-it-all, but about genuinely striving for excellence and constantly seeking to expand your knowledge and skills. Philosophically, this aligns with the idea of arete, or excellence, in ancient Greek thought, suggesting that a virtuous life involves fulfilling one's potential. Psychologically, competence inspires confidence in others. When people see that you are skilled and knowledgeable, they trust your judgment and are more likely to defer to your expertise. Imagine a doctor who stays updated on the latest medical research, or a mechanic who truly understands the intricacies of engines. Their dedication to their craft and their continuous pursuit of improvement naturally earns them respect. This doesn't mean you need to be an expert in everything. Rather, identify areas that are important to you, your work, or your community, and commit to becoming proficient in them. This involves reading, taking courses, seeking out mentors, practicing diligently, and learning from your mistakes. It's about having a growth mindset, the belief that your abilities can be developed through dedication and hard work. When you approach challenges with a willingness to learn and improve, you signal a proactive and resilient spirit. Furthermore, being competent allows you to contribute meaningfully to conversations and projects. When you speak, your words carry weight because they are backed by knowledge and experience. This isn't about showing off, but about offering valuable insights and solutions. However, true competence also involves recognizing the limits of your knowledge and being humble enough to admit when you don't know something or to seek help from others. This balance between confident expertise and intellectual humility is a powerful combination that commands respect. People respect those who are capable, but they also respect those who are wise enough to know what they don't know and are always striving to learn more. Your commitment to self-improvement and mastery is a clear signal that you value growth, and that is a truly respectable trait. The fifth secret is to practice empathy and understanding. Empathy is the ability to not just recognize but also share the feelings of another person. It's about putting yourself in someone else's shoes and truly seeing the world from their perspective, even if you don't agree with it. Philosophically, this connects to the idea of universal human connection and the shared experience of suffering and joy. Psychologically, empathy is a cornerstone of deep human connection and rapport. When you demonstrate empathy, you show that you care about others beyond your own immediate concerns, which is a profoundly respectful act. Imagine a colleague who is struggling with a personal issue. Instead of dismissing their performance as laziness, an empathetic response would be to acknowledge their struggle, offer support, or simply listen without judgment. This kind of response doesn't just make them feel better. It builds a bridge of understanding and respect. Empathy requires you to set aside your own biases and judgments temporarily and genuinely try to grasp the other person's emotional state and motivations. It's not about pity, but about connection. This can be challenging, especially when dealing with people whose views or actions you find difficult. However, by making an effort to understand why someone acts or thinks the way they do, even if you still disagree, you demonstrate a level of maturity and compassion that is highly respected. This doesn't mean condoning harmful behavior, but it does mean seeking to understand the root causes. When you approach interactions with an empathetic lens, you create an environment where people feel safe to be vulnerable and authentic around you. They trust that you will treat their feelings with care, and this trust is a powerful generator of respect. People are drawn to those who can see beyond the surface and connect on a deeper human level. Your capacity for empathy makes you a more compassionate, understanding, and ultimately a more respected individual. It signals that you value human experience and are willing to invest emotionally in understanding others, which is a rare and precious quality. The sixth powerful secret is to set clear boundaries and uphold them. This is about defining what you will and will not tolerate, what you will and will not do, and communicating those limits respectfully but firmly. Philosophically, this relates to personal autonomy and self-respect, recognizing your own worth and protecting your mental and emotional space. Psychologically, clear boundaries are essential for healthy relationships and prevent resentment and burnout. When you don't have boundaries, you inadvertently teach people that it's okay to take advantage of your time, energy, or generosity. This leads to feeling overwhelmed, undervalued, and ultimately disrespected. Imagine a situation where a colleague constantly asks you to do their work, or a friend makes unreasonable demands on your time. If you consistently say yes out of a desire to be helpful or to avoid conflict, you might find yourself feeling resentful. More importantly, you're teaching them that your time and efforts aren't as valuable as theirs. By setting a boundary, for example, I can help you with this specific task, but I can't take on your entire project. You are not only protecting yourself, but also signaling that your time and skills are valuable. This act of self-respect actually earns the respect of others. They learn that you have standards, that you value your own well-being, and that you are not a doormat. Setting boundaries is not about being aggressive or unkind. It's about being assertive and clear. It involves communicating your needs and limits calmly and directly, without apology. While some people might initially react negatively to boundaries, those who truly respect you will understand and appreciate them. In fact, they will likely respect you even more for having the courage and self-awareness to protect your own space. Your boundaries teach others how to treat you, and by clearly defining what is acceptable, you are actively shaping a respectful dynamic in your relationships, both personal and professional. This demonstrates strength of character and a healthy sense of self-worth, two qualities that invariably command respect. Embrace accountability and own your mistakes. The seventh secret involves the willingness to take responsibility for your actions, both good and bad, and to admit when you've made an error. Philosophically, this connects to moral responsibility and integrity, recognizing that we are agents who can impact the world and must answer for those impacts. Psychologically, accountability builds trust and demonstrates maturity. In a world where it's often easier to deflect blame or make excuses, someone who can genuinely say, "I messed up," stands out as remarkably strong and trustworthy. Imagine a project goes wrong, and instead of blaming the team or external circumstances, a leader steps forward and says, "I take full responsibility for this oversight, and here's what I've learned and what we'll do differently next time." This act of owning the mistake doesn't diminish their authority, it elevates it. It shows courage, integrity, and a commitment to learning and improvement. When you own your mistakes, you signal that you are secure enough in your own value that a misstep doesn't define your entire worth. It also shows humility and a willingness to learn. People respect those who are fallible, but who are also committed to growing from their experiences. Furthermore, taking accountability isn't just about admitting error. It's about taking corrective action and making amends where necessary. This demonstrates a proactive approach to problem solving and a genuine concern for the impact of your actions on others. It reassures people that you are reliable and that if things go wrong, you will face them head on. The opposite, a constant denial of responsibility or a tendency to blame others, erodes trust and respect very quickly. It makes you seem untrustworthy, immature, and incapable of self-reflection. By consistently embracing accountability, you demonstrate a powerful combination of honesty, humility, and strength, all of which are deeply respected qualities. This makes you a person others can count on, not just when things are going well, but especially when challenges arise. The eighth secret is to offer genuine appreciation and recognition to others. This isn't about flattery or superficial compliments. It's about sincerely acknowledging the efforts, contributions, and positive qualities of the people around you. Philosophically, this taps into the human need for affirmation and belonging, recognizing the inherent worth in every individual. Psychologically, sincere appreciation boosts morale, strengthens relationships, and creates a positive environment where people feel seen and valued. When you genuinely appreciate someone, you're not just making them feel good. You're also demonstrating your ability to recognize excellence and your generosity of spirit. Imagine a team member who has put in extra hours on a difficult project. A simple, heartfelt, "Thank you for your dedication. I really appreciate your hard work on this," can mean the world. It shows that you notice their efforts and that you value their contribution. This act of recognition builds goodwill and respect towards you. People are naturally drawn to those who make them feel good about themselves and their work. Conversely, never acknowledging others' efforts or taking them for granted can lead to resentment and a feeling of being unappreciated. This erodes respect and creates a sterile, transactional dynamic. Genuine appreciation requires you to pay attention, to notice the details, and to articulate your gratitude clearly and specifically. It's about taking the time to see the good in others and to express it. This doesn't just benefit the recipient, it also reflects positively on you. It shows that you are observant, empathetic, and that you value collaboration and the contributions of others. When you consistently uplift and acknowledge those around you, you create a ripple effect of positivity and mutual respect. This demonstrates leadership, generosity, and a humble understanding that success is often a collective effort, making you a person highly esteemed by your peers and colleagues alike. Develop strong communication skills, particularly clarity and conciseness. The ninth secret is about expressing your thoughts and ideas in a way that is easy to understand, direct, and free from unnecessary jargon or ambiguity. Philosophically, this ties into the pursuit of truth and understanding, where clear expression facilitates shared knowledge. Psychologically, clear communication builds confidence and reduces misunderstandings. When you can articulate your ideas effectively, people perceive you as knowledgeable, intelligent, and trustworthy. Imagine a speaker who rambles, uses overly complex language, or avoids getting to the point. Their message gets lost, and their audience quickly loses interest and consequently respect. Now imagine someone who can explain complex ideas in simple terms, who gets straight to the core of the matter, and who ensures everyone understands. This person is seen as competent, efficient, and thoughtful. Strong communication isn't just about what you say, but how you say it. It involves choosing your words carefully, structuring your thoughts logically, and being mindful of your tone and body language. It's about being direct without being aggressive, and being thorough without being verbose. This also includes the ability to adapt your communication style to different audiences. What works for a technical discussion with experts might not work for a general presentation to a diverse group. The goal is always to ensure your message is received and understood as intended. When you communicate clearly and concisely, you save everyone time and effort, and you prevent the frustration that comes from miscommunication. It shows that you respect others' time and intelligence. Furthermore, clear communication fosters transparency and reduces opportunities for misinterpretation or doubt. People respect those who are straightforward and transparent in their dealings. Your ability to articulate your vision, give clear instructions, or explain your perspective effectively makes you a more influential and respected individual as you become a reliable source of information and guidance. This clarity acts as a beacon, guiding interactions and fostering an environment of understanding and mutual regard. Finally, the 10th powerful secret is to consistently demonstrate kindness and respect towards everyone, regardless of their status, role, or background. This is not about being a doormat, but about treating every individual with inherent human dignity. Philosophically, this resonates with universal ethics and the idea of treating others as you would wish to be treated. Psychologically, acts of kindness and universal respect build a powerful positive reputation and foster an environment of goodwill. When you are kind and respectful to the janitor, the new intern, or someone who holds less power than you, it speaks volumes about your character. It shows that your respect isn't conditional or based on someone's utility to you. Imagine someone who is charming and respectful to their superiors, but dismissive or rude to those they perceive as beneath them. While they might gain some superficial approval, they will quickly lose the genuine respect of anyone who observes their inconsistent behavior. Conversely, someone who treats everyone with courtesy, empathy, and consideration from the CEO to the delivery person radiates a profound sense of self-respect and genuine humanism. This consistent respect for others is a clear indicator of strong moral character and a secure sense of self. It demonstrates that you don't need to diminish others to feel important, and that is a truly admirable quality. Kindness isn't weakness, it's a profound strength. It's the strength to choose compassion over judgment, understanding over dismissal, and connection over division. When you consistently extend respect to everyone you encounter, you not only earn their individual respect, but you also cultivate a reputation as a person of integrity and true character. This universal respect becomes a hallmark of who you are, making you a beacon of positive influence and earning you deep, lasting admiration from all who have the privilege of interacting with you.